This is a regular meeting of the City Council and the Mass Public Utility Authority, City of Williams, California, Tuesday, March 8th. There was no executive session. The 5 o'clock portion of the City Council meeting was recessed by the City Clerk till now. The mayor and council members may be attending this meeting via Microsoft Teams. The public may also attend via Teams. To join the live team meeting, log into the City of Meeting website. Call to order, roll call.
Councilmember Campbell. Here. Evans.
Here.
Merritt.
Yes.
Pageant.
Here.
Belt.
Here.
Longacre.
Here.
Thank you.
Please stand and join me in the invocation. Remain standing while Councilmember Evans leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Our Father in heaven, bless this town and its citizens. Guide our council and city staff in their judgments and deliberations, and bless all those who travel the desert highway, the crown jewel of the desert. In God's name we pray. Amen.
Please join the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval again. We have a motion.
Move to approve. I'll second.
Motion. And second call for vote.
Councilmember Campbell.
Yes.
Evans. Merritt.
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Longacre.
Yes.
Thank you.
Conflict of interest. Do we have any conflict of interest to report tonight?
Your Honor.
Yeah.
I have a conflict of interest on agenda item number 10 that's in our consent calendar. It's for paving at L Street. So as long as nobody pulls that, I'm just adjourning. Wait, what am I abstaining on it?
You would abstain that
Yeah.
item, but
Yes.
you can vote on the remainder of the consent calendar.
And John, if someone pulls that item, I recuse myself. Correct?
That's correct. Otherwise, you can remain in the room.
Thank you.
Okay, correspondence. Do we have any correspondence?
No, Your Honor. An excused absence for Mayor Williams, please.
All right, I do have a motion.
I'll move to approve. I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion to excuse Mayor Williams and a second call for vote.
Councilmember Campbell.
Yes.
Evans. Merritt.
Yes.
Belt.
Yes.
Longacre.
Yes.
Thank you.
And that was no on correspondence.
Correct.
Introductions. Do we have any former? You see any former? Tim Farrell, former city council member, is here with us tonight. I guess that's it. City attorney.
Yes, the parliamentary rules that have been adopted by the council include the following. The mayor or presiding officer is responsible for the maintenance of order and decorum at all times. No person should be allowed to speak who has not first been recognized by the chair. All questions and remarks should be addressed to the chair. A council member once recognized shall not be interrupted while speaking unless called to order by the presiding officer. The mayor and council members shall accord the utmost courtesy to each other, to city employees, and to the public appearing before the council. No members shall be allowed to speak more than once upon any one subject until every other member choosing to speak thereon shall have spoken. Public members attending council meetings shall observe the same rules of order and decorum applicable to the council. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a courtesy to those in attendance, ask that cell phones be turned off or set in their silent mode. Thank you. Public appearance. Persons wishing to address the city council on subjects other than those scheduled are requested to do so at this time. When called by the vice mayor, please announce your name and address for the record. In order to conduct a timely meeting, a 3-minute time limit per person has been established by Municipal Code Section 2-18, amendments to the City California Government Code Section 54950 prohibits the city council from taking action on a specific item until it appears on the agenda. Tim?
Good evening, Council and Vice Mayor. Tim Terrell, 1335 Lily Hill Drive. I've been having lunch at the train park often. The new picnic table is awesome. I want to thank you guys for putting it there. However, there's no trash can. A trash can near the train picnic table. I mean, there's a recycling bin near the benches, but no trash can within actually driving distance of that area. And there's quite a bit of broken glass that somebody has thrown off into the rocks just behind it, and trash piling up. I pick it up when I'm there, but you never seem to get it all. So if you would consider putting a trash can in that vicinity, that would be excellent. And the other thing is time changes this weekend.
Used to it.
The voters of California a long time ago voted to abolish us going back to standard time. And there are other towns in other states, Indiana and Kentucky, where they do not change time. They're border towns like we are, and they stay with the town and the state that's closer. Something we may want to consider in the future, because obviously California and our government is dragging their feet on the will of the people. My company does not change time, and it works out better for my staff and scheduling, something that might want to be considered in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My name is Judy Kirkpatrick. I live at 4170 Needles Highway, up by the Red Barn. Thank you for the road improvement out there. It's major for us. I want to talk about some of the Needles Highway lights and that. First of all, the exit, when you get off the freeway, the first exit for Needles there's trees, big trees, and you cannot see around the bend. And there's cars that stop, and now we have a lot of the semi trucks that stop there. So when you're coming around that bend, even though you're going, the speed limit you're supposed to, you can come back into one of those trucks. So that would be the state that we would have to notify, to come out and get those things cut. The next thing is we have a lot of the big trucks now stopping in that parking lot behind the Dairy Queen and the Subway. I mean, rows, we're in rows. And when the trucks come in, they use the exit and turn, and they take up the left lane. You'll be coming along, and all of a sudden they're in the right lane. They move to the left lane and then to make the turn in, because they can't make the turn just from the right lane. So your traffic's coming over the bridge there, and all of a sudden, boom, you have to stop and take care of that. It's a little dangerous and tricky. The next thing is when you come into our new light, I think it's at Broadway, I believe. The speed limit is 25 to 30. So what you have are people that are going to turn left at that light. They see you coming along at 25 and 30, and they're like trying to rush in front of you before you get there, because the speed limit is just kind of crazy to deal with. I've had a couple people just turn in front of me real quick because you're just going so slow. The next place is the next light that we put in at the corner where the cannabis store is. And now that's so popular, there's a lot of traffic going in and out of there. So they're coming out the exit and either crossing over the left lane, the turn lane, or coming out and making a right turn. Meanwhile, the people that are taking a right turn at the stoplight, they can't see them. So now they're stopping, and then the left lane stopping there. It's really needs to be looked at too. I don't know if we can improve those exits. Maybe they can go out the other one instead of coming out that one. Yeah, I use those roads all the time, so I'm always dealing with that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Is that all over?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to talk with Mr. Patrick when she came in.
Hi, Jen.
Hi, Vice Mayor, Council, and City Manager. I'm here to speak to you tonight about El Garces, our crown jewel of the desert, and Santa Fe Park.
Can you speak in the microphone,
Sure,
please?
sorry. Since the remodel was completed in 2014, I've seen firsthand what goes on. The last 2 years, even with COVID, we have had increase of rentals and tourism downtown. With that has come continued destruction of our building and long stays in the park. I've, talked with our group and stuff, and we have remedies. We feel at the next general plan, we should designate H Street to D Street as our downtown area to protect what comes into our area. H Street would, start there at the empty bank now, and then D Street would end there at the Burger Hut. So the city ordinance for this area needs to be changed from midnight to 5. It should match the rest of the parks, 9 p.m. to 7 a.m., whatever they are. Recently, the high school has quit doing rentals there because the park is so dangerous. And when I do show the building, the first comment is, are they going to have problems when they rent? And quite a few of the rentals have had problems. And, I've had to call the police to help me with rentals too. One of the really main criteria is lights. We need to make that place really bright. Even the back part where the fountain is now, we're in the midst of working with Lucas Phillips and Chris Rockwood to develop something in that fountain. It can never have water again. The base is cracked. And just the destruction that has gone on, but anyway, we do need more lighting improvement down there to make it brighter, even for the Needles citizens down there too. And then most important, I would like to see it changed, the lettering, no camping, no sleeping bags, no pillows, no umbrellas. I'm not talking about the cute rain umbrellas. I'm talking about beach umbrellas, mattresses, tents with spikes, or just tents on the grass itself, and furniture, coolers. And this is what I've seen in the park. This isn't what a list you would make up. This is all the stuff that I have seen in the park that comes on there. We are asking for help. Saturday, the sheriffs were called down as they were blocking the east door. We were trying to get tours into the building. And those people that were blocking the door had already been in that park for a month. And then the park was cleared out, and they even had to clear out the front of Set Free. So with that being said, going home tonight, I found the 2 that have already been there for 2 weeks, but they're easy to identify because they park under the Route 66 roadside attraction sign, which has already been featured on Facebook, which is really good for our tourism image. And I know this is citywide, nationwide, what is going on, but we are in a tug of war now. I hope you take this serious to help our downtown and the crown jewel of the desert.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Sheriff Johnson, 1320 Santa Fe Circle. Wanted to let everybody know, if you didn't know already, the 12th, the state will be doing the trash pickup day at the Caltrans yard on San Clemente. Yep, there's the flyer. If anybody hasn't seen it, it's on the state website. It's on a bunch. It's on Zach News had it on his website, but there will be a trash pickup day. It's going to be a regular trash pickup day. We just ask that there's no tires, batteries, paints, solvents, anything like that. We just got 4 roll-off dumpsters delivered, so we're going to get those set up in the yard so you can pull in, and we'll have the loader there to load big things like couches and recliners and whatnot. Also, the softball tournament was here. There was a lot of people, a lot of buses. So that was really good to see that. I did notice that there was issues with people crossing back and forth and with parking. So I don't know if we need to touch up the red paint maybe in that area before an event or something, but there was a lot of people and a lot of issues with parking down there. Also, I noticed we used to have a crosswalk between Miss Gracie's dance hall and the rec.
There's a sign there. When that got repaved, it wasn't repainted. Kids cross there. It's not a very busy street, but kids cross there. When they have the rec program, they walk all those kids over to the pool and back and forth. And I think when that was redone, either the contractor didn't restripe it or the city hasn't gotten to it yet. But with a lot of kids doing the basketball and all the sports, that needs to be restriped. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, good evening, Honor Mayor, Council, staff. I come before you not as criticism, but gratitude. You guys don't hear it enough while you sit up there. All your hard work, commitment, and dedication to this city has seen huge improvements, and moving forward, you continue to see huge improvements with the recent awards of grants, your hard work, Zach Tana, Ms. Campbell, Dr. Padgett, all you guys have been on here for some time. We can ask enough of you as citizens. I mean, it is, you guys don't hear that every day. And from somebody to sit in those chairs to let you know that I'm appreciative for everything you guys do. It's amazing what this city has in front of it in the future. So I want to thank you. And I also want to say one of my greatest quotes. Great leaders are not the best at everything. They find people who are the best at different things and get them all on the same team to accomplish great things. And that's what you guys have done, PASS has done. And I want to just tell you thanks and continue to put needles in your best step forward. You guys have touched the lives of every individual needle, some way or another, the great things coming forward. You have a lot to be proud of. And I don't think you guys hear that enough. So I just really, from the bottom of my heart, somebody's been there. It's great to see.
Very nice. Any more public appearance? Seeing none. Recess city council meeting and convene a joint council NPUA meeting called on. All call has previously been taken. Public comments pertaining to the MPUA council items. Item number one has been,
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, I'd like to continue item number one until your next meeting. There's a question that came up about licensing, and it's, we put it to the next meeting, I appreciate it, please.
thank you.
Or just move.
Any action?
Yeah.
Yeah, an action to continue to the.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move to I'll move to continue to the next meeting.
I'll second it.
Motion by Councilmember Campbell, second by Councilmember Merritt. Call for the vote.
Councilmember Campbell,
Yes.
Evans,
Yes.
Merritt,
Yes.
Belt,
Yes.
Longacre.
Yes.
Thank you.
Move to item number two. Authorize Simon Sewer Maintenance to complete three manhole geopolymer rehabilitations in the amount of $13,500, utilizing the wastewater asset replacement funds. Staff report.
Yes, on the screen, and in your packet is, as you recall, we set this out. This isn't one of the more attractive
Your
attractions
Honor?
in town.
Is this on off street?
Might be,
Could be.
could be.
I'm stepping out, recusing myself.
Okay.
I think that's Front Street.
We have, sorry. We have six manholes on Front Street that need to be repaired. The council approved redoing this manhole, which now it is all concreted on the inside and has a polymer finish to it to stop it from eroding and corroding, and it adds life to it. We contracted for 3, council approved it. I got an offer from the contractor to do an additional 3 for the same price. So, not having to pay mobilization costs or go through the drill again. So I authorized it, so I'm here asking forgiveness.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion by Councilmember Bell, the second by Councilmember Merritt. Call for vote. Okay.
Councilmember Campbell,
Yes.
Evans.
Yes.
Merritt,
Yes.
Pageant,
Yes,
Belt.
Yeah.
Thought it last second.
thank you. Recess of joint NPUA council meeting, reconvene the city council meeting, item number 3, public hearing. I understand.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, the applicant's withdrawn this application, so you won't see this on your agenda.
Okay, there's no action.
No action required.
Public comments pertaining to council items. Consent calendar. All matters listed on the consent calendar are considered to be routine and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed. The mayor or any member of the city council may pull an item from the consent calendar for discussion. Prior to council action, a member of the public may address the city council on matters scheduled on the consent calendar. A 3-minute time limit per person applies. Recommended action is approval of items number 4 through 12 on the consent calendar by affirmative roll call vote. Would anyone like to pull any of the matters? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I will
Or
move.
do we have a public comment on that, John?
I just have to abstain on 10.
Consent calendar?
Yeah, if anybody wants to give public comment, they can
All
get
right.
public comment on the consent calendar,
Would
yes.
there anyone like to speak on any item on the consent calendar? I see none. I'll entertain that motion.
I'll move to approve.
Okay, a motion from Councilmember Allen
Second.
Campbell, a second by Councilmember Merritt. Call for vote.
Councilmember Campbell,
Yes.
Evans.
Yes.
Merritt,
Yes.
Belt,
Yes.
Longacre.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Into the consent calendar, regular items, item number 13, authorize attendance at the Innovating Commerce Serving Committees, ICSC, event in Las Vegas Convention Center. It'll be in May 22nd through 24th.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, the largest retail recruitment event of the year used to be called the International Conference of Shopping Centers. Now it's called the Innovating Commerce Serving Communities. Same letters, different words. But their annual event is May 22 through 24. I've included in the packet the information about cost and time. If any counselor wants to attend, please let Dale know,
I do.
and Dale will get reservations.
I say tentatively, yes, I just have to approve it with work. So I'd like to
Yeah,
also.
we have time
All
for
right,
that, so I'll
perfect.
put down merit question mark.
All right, and you'll be talking with Jeff.
Yeah.
All right, anyone else? Going. Okay, if anyone needs changes their mind, please see Dale. City Attorney's report.
Nothing this evening, Your Honor.
All right,
We have to vote on that? Oh, I'm sorry.
did I miss something?
No, it's just.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. Sorry.
You okay? City Manager's report.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I just have a couple things. One is I've handed out this Needles Pride neighborhood cleanup. We will have roll-off boxes for up at Mickey Bunch, at Safari Drive, Public Works Yard, North K, and 3240 Needles Highway for people to put items in. So this was organized by Rainey Torrance and Adrian Chavez. The other thing I'd like to bring to your attention, oh, then also, I want to thank Caltrans for their, what they call dump day, which is cleanup, another cleanup opportunity. But I also want to draw your attention to an article that I came across today that is cities that grew the fastest in home values. Needles was the 5th highest growth of home values.
What else is on there too? I'm just curious.
Yeah, they threw in, they put as part of IBIS,
An era of attention.
yeah, about 62% during the pandemic. Whereas Landers grew 84%, Homes at Joshua Tree 69, 29 Palms 63, but Victorville at Alonso 62. And what this points out is that people in the greater LA area, urbanized LA area, took a pause during the pandemic and chose to relocate out of Los Angeles in pursuit of the quality of life that we've always known is here. And that has pushed home values up significantly. I just thought that was more than interesting. We also, on your next agenda, you will have award of a contract with a cleanup company. There's an illegal dump that is down along the railroad tracks behind the wastewater treatment plant at the end of I to the left, which is there in Smith Road. That's been a nuisance and an illegal operation for years. Rainey Torrance on our staff was successful in getting about $70,000 in illegal dump cleanup funds, and you will have on your agenda to award that contract and start that work. We're going to physically block off that area to where we don't want to see it start back up. And then second of all, in visiting with the sheriff's office today, they're going to make that part of a routine patrol to try and prevent people from reestablishing. So that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Pardon me.
Rodeo. Rodeo's coming up, April 1st and 2nd.
I wonder if you say anything about the golf carts and see the golf pros here tonight.
Yes. JD, you want to talk about new golf carts?
So we are about 2 weeks into a brand new golf fleet, first time in 15 years. So what that means, why is that a big deal? Just the 6 months that I've been here, it was a struggle with how busy we got with the condition of our golf carts. It's no one's fault. It is what it is, but we've had the golf carts 2 weeks now. And the first day I had them, I did 230 golfers with ease. I could have done a lot more. So it's exciting. We got a great deal on them. Like you see on your agenda, we're trying to sell the few that we have left. So it's going in a bidding war, basically in the newspaper. So first come, first serve. A few of them still do run. So we did offer one to the softball team, which Craig's. So they were in need of one. I was happy to do that. But the golf course is coming along. I am happy with the conditions, and I couldn't be excited for the future. I will be on 2 weeks agenda to talk about something. So I'm excited. I really am, and I'm happy to be here. So thank you guys very much.
Are they getting those trees cut down for him?
Yeah, with
You got some, you got some big dead ones, right? You wanna
Yeah,
cut
that's
down?
on the agenda. They could be a potential hazard for
Oh,
sure
definitely.
with the wind that we've had. So I am getting some palm tree work done with the company locally, and I'm gonna talk with them about potentially doing that for us.
Cool.
Especially one by the road by number 10. That's a big tree.
Yeah, I know.
So that'll be happening sooner than later.
We're gonna have to
So
take that one off the beach across from it too.
that'll be a big tender. Yeah, it's a big tree. So there's about 4 or 5 that are pretty much dead. They're an eyesore too. So
Absolutely.
yeah, that's on the agenda. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, JJ. The only thing I have is I got a complaint on a house in Walnut. I don't know the address. I sent the picture to Rick and to Patrick because the picture was just sent to me. They had phoned me and when I text them back, but it's a pretty big eyesore. And that has to be done. I received a phone call and a visit with someone that owned a property that's been prior to it burned down. And the neighbors, want to know what's going on. So I met with Rick today and I spoke to the owner of the property and he wants to sign off on it. Sign up to the city. Let's just have it. So they'll take care of that too. But those are the two people that called me and had something to say that they wanted us to fix. That's it.
Thank you. Councilmember Evans.
I said I didn't have anything, but I have a few things. I just sent you a picture. I was brought aware of, from a lady that works with us. She drives a van for us. And touching on Jan's, subject there, the homeless have also broken into the, electrical outlets and started using they have a microwave down there.
Oh, wow.
You have a picture I just sent you. And, so we need to do something about that for sure. In a microwave, they have chairs set up, they have against it, not just tents, they have, I've seen easy ups, I think, before, ripped up easy ups. Yeah, so that's definitely a problem. Another thing I wanted to see if it's possible that somehow we can take over. I don't know how it'd be done, but I know Caltrans, anytime the utilities on South 95 from basically San Clemente Street to Spikes Road, the utilities are on the Caltrans right away. Anytime we work on those, we have to go through Caltrans or anything we do on anything on that road. Is there any way that we could take over 95 from San Clemente to Spikes Road? Research. Okay, all right. And touch on the rodeo again. I'm running the horseshoe tournament and the cornhole tournament. So everybody get signed up. Okay, you guys know my number. I will not be playing the horseshoe tournament, but I will be taking your money in the cornhole tournament. JJ, I expect to see you there. What's that? Yes, 100% of profit or 100% of the payout for the payout and added sponsor money. So you're going to make even more money than what's in the pot. If you can take me down, which you probably can.
This is a challenge here. Go home and practice cornhole.
There you go.
All right.
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I also said I wasn't going to say anything, but I have a few things I forgot about. One, I know Ellen spoke about this at the last meeting in her comments, and I was driving over the bridge. I looked, and I was just and I've had some people in the city come to me and ask if we can put slats in the fencing there. That's what I said. Yeah. If we can put slats in the fencing, that would be something we could look into. Also, I was going to comment about the El Garces, but you beat me to it. It's definitely there. I was at the museum on Sunday, and there were people who stopped by or were walking around. You could tell they were visibly uncomfortable, and it's kind of sad when this is our downtown, and people feel uncomfortable stopping and walking around, tourists and such. And the last thing was I wanted to piggyback on what Sean said. I really think our employees and our workers are doing an amazing job. And I was telling Rick this yesterday, that so many things are happening. Lots of money is coming into the city through grants, and just wanted to thank you guys. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Councilmember Bell.
Yeah, I think we want to talk about key is we got another grant. Want to thank Rainey and Rick and staff, Patrick, everybody that's participated in getting us another, I mean, I don't know, another $2.2 million for my grassy knoll. I'm still cannot believe this because
New park.
Zach bringing up wanting to get it cleaned up. We started looking into a grass. I mean, I thought we were just gonna throw a little seed down, and now we got this giant project ahead of us, which is, I mean, amazing because having kids and understanding how often we go to the beach and having a place, another place, and just adding on top of being able to redo Jack Smith Park and being able to redo Duke Watkins, and now another playground, more restrooms, grassy knoll, tables, walkways. These are what draw people in. I mean, and get people to get off the freeway and come to our town to launch their boats. And these are happening. I mean, these are all projects that we have. Well, we talked like $23 million worth of monies that we are actually able to spend on things that are not just taking care of the bills. So this is huge. I mean, this is a lot of money for road repair, sewers. I mean, we all know that those leaks in town are getting better. I mean, these are all great things that we're able to do. And again, staff is working night and day. I know these guys work and answer their phone at all hours and nights, and we really appreciate that. And thank you guys for all your hard work. And let's get started. I'm ready. Thanks, Rick.
Okay, Councilmember Longer.
Your Honor, I have a couple things I'd like to touch up on that. We're gonna have a brand new park at the river, not First and Second Beach anymore. Bathrooms, no latrine off to the side of the point that we've had for 10 years. No more arrowhead weeds. And actually on that one, I'm gonna bring up clearing that beach at Jack Smith Park again at arrowhead weeds, but I'm gonna take a page out of ex-counselor Goodmanson's book. And last year we actually allocated funds to clean up the arrowhead weeds on Second Beach, correct? So we still have that rolling, right? It's a yearly thing.
Yes.
Well, now with the grant, we can take that funds and shift it to that beach at Jack Smith Park and clear it, correct?
Yep.
Thank you. And other than that, can we get rolling on relining the K Street and River Road intersection? I think we're way past the due process on that. That one, actually, it's touching up on what she said. There should be a right turn only sign coming out of the shopping center there. It's been due time. If we're waiting on the sign, I can understand that. But relining the turning lane definitely can be done already. Last, I'd like to say thank you to CHP, Arizona Department of Public Safety. Is that their highway patrol? There was a huge wreck. They redirected traffic through Golden Shores, through Needles. DPS shut down the stoplights across the river and actually got down and ran traffic old school style, which was pretty amazing to me. And I can't forget the San Bernardino Fire Department. They used every tool in their arsenal. They cut that man out and he lived. So, bravo. That's all I have to say. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, before you adjourn.
Yes.
Let me, if I might.
Okay, I'm going to speak to.
Okay, go.
Last week we did have a visit from Wolf. As a side effect to our meeting with him, he talked about his 2 adopted children. They came from Kharkiv, and those kids are alive and growing up in the United States because he brought them over here and he's raising them. And I'd like Chief Terringle to dedicate this meeting to his grandparents. Ukrainian, 100%. And let's all pray for the kids and the families and the war that's going on. Go ahead.
I know, I'm
Uh,
gonna cry.
I also would just like to bring to the council's attention that the city lost one of its own last week in Mark Richards. Mark was our previous public works director before Jesse. Mark was a very creative. If he couldn't find the right part, he'd make it for all kinds of things around the city. I first met Mark, anyway, he passed away last week. And he'd been having complications with diabetes for quite some time. But I first met Mark when he came into my office in late December of 2013 and asked if he could play some music. And I go, sure, but I didn't. Pulls out his fiddle and he plays a rendition of Silent Night in the hallway at City Hall. It just brought tears to my eyes. It was so beautiful and so unexpected, the talent that this man had. His favorite project was the fire truck. So I've dedicated, my spare time to help get that thing done and get the funds raised to finish off that fire truck in memory of one. So, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. With that, I'll adjourn.